Welcome to the Sporting Mindset Show. I'm your host, Dwayne Nestor. This podcast is all about helping athletes, coaches and parents better understand the mental side of performance. One thing you hear over and over again in high performance sport is this idea that consistency beats intensity. And I love the way James Clear explains it in his book, Atomic Habits. He says, most people need consistency more than they need intensity. And then he compares the two. Intensity is running a marathon, writing a book in 30 days, or going on some huge meditation retreat. Consistency is not missing a training session for 2 years, writing every week, showing up every day. Intensity makes a good story. Consistency makes progress. And when you think about young athletes, that idea is so important because athletes improve through momentum, through regularly turning up, through stacking quality sessions together over time. When a young athlete trains consistently, they're not just improving physically, they're developing tactically, mentally, emotionally. They're building routines, discipline, and confidence in their preparation. But consistency is hard, not because kids don't care, but because life is full of distractions. And distractions are the kryptonite of consistency. So the question for parents becomes, how do we create an environment that actually supports consistency instead of constantly pulling kids away from it? Now, obviously, motivation matters. Your child still needs to want to train and improve. But even highly motivated athletes can struggle if they're surrounded by distractions all the time. And this is where parents can play a huge role. The first thing, and this can be a confronting question, is asking yourself, am I helping consistency or am I accidentally becoming a distraction myself? And that's a tough one. And what I mean, sometimes without meaning to, we can create unnecessary stress, unnecessary jobs, or unnecessary chaos around the home that makes preparation harder for our kids. Now, to be clear, absolutely clear, kids should contribute to the family. I think that's incredibly important. Sport should never excuse someone from responsibility or being part of the household. But there's a difference between healthy contribution and constant disruption. And finding that balance usually comes back to communication. It's about sitting down together and working out, what does the week look like? What are the training demands? What responsibilities still need to happen around the home? And how do we make those things work together? When families get that balance right, it removes a lot of unnecessary tension. It means when a child is preparing for training or competition, they can actually focus on preparing, not stressing about whether they should also be doing 5 other things at the same time. Here's an example. Maybe training commitments mean they can't help cook dinner every night. But maybe their responsibility becomes cleaning up afterwards. They still contribute to the family. They still learn responsibility, but they also have space to prepare properly. That's the sweet spot. And then there are all the other factors that influence consistency too. Things like screen time late at night, sleep and recovery, balancing school and sport, socializing with friends, downtime, nutrition, preparation routines. All of those little things either support consistency or slowly chip away at it. And the reality is there'll probably be some trial and error. No family is going to get this perfect from word go. You won't predict every distraction or every challenge that comes up. But if you can identify and reduce the obvious distractions, the things you already know are getting in the way, you give your child a much better chance to prepare consistently. And over time, that consistency is what creates real progress. Thanks for joining me on the Sporting Mindset Show. I hope today's conversation has given you something to think about. One thing we know for certain is that mindset matters. So, as you move through your week, maybe take a moment to reflect. What mindset are you bringing into your sport, your coaching, your parenting, or your everyday life? If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow or subscribe, share it with someone who'd benefit from it, and continue being part of a community that values growth, learning, and high performance done the right way. I'm Dwayne Nestor, and this has been the Sporting Mindset Show.